What do you mean by unidirectional?
So flow of
The
electrons.
polarity does not changes.
The polarity does not change with respect to time. So
Time.
when you draw a graph, this is there with respect to time, there's voltage. Or it can be current also. Time, this one. And this one. Out of these three, what are all alternating currents and what are all the direct currents? First, second, and third. So first one, is it alternating current or direct current?
Alternating.
How did you say?
Alternate.
So why do you feel it is alternating?
Because the
Graphical-
polarity
So
changes.
because of one.
Negatives.
Okay. So one is alternating current. Okay, accepted. What about two?
Direct current.
Direct current, sir.
Direct current. Why?
So because voltage remains fast.
It is having only positive cycle, right? So this has positive cycle, and a negative cycle. And what about the third one?
Direct.
No current changes.
Okay.
It is also direct current. Or if you see, direct current means it can either be voltage also. If the voltage is not changing with respect to time also, we call it as direct current. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you're able to understand the difference. So this kind of a current is called as fluctuating DC. This whole thing is called as AC. So what does an AC generator have to do? An AC generator has to generate an output of this format, right? And how is
Sir,
it
but in the third case, we don't have any potential difference, sir.
potential difference in the sense? You have the potential difference. So at each instant you have different values of potential difference. Look at
No,
the
sir, in the third case.
third case, you have no. The graph is, so if this is 5 volt, it is 5 volt throughout. Y is equal to constant is a straight line parallel to x-axis.
Yes, okay, sir.
Okay, got it. So 5 volt throughout, it is going to be 5 volt only. That is the mean. Now, what should this AC generator do? It should be able to generate an output of this format. What shape does it take? Mathematically, what shape does it take?
Sine wave.
In wave.
Sine.
Sine wave, right? So that's what we need to see. Now observe carefully. Now, listen. Flux is equal to dA cos theta. If you recollect all the concepts from the beginning, we had different scenarios. What was it? We had one scenario where the magnetic field was existing, and due to the motion of the conductor, we did some problems like this. You remember, conductor was moving in, there was a generation of EMF, clockwise or anti-clockwise current. We saw all these things, right? So there the magnetic field was fixed and the area was changing. There were certain scenarios where the area is kept constant, but the magnetic field is changing. For example, eddy currents, right? Similarly, what is the other parameter that you can vary, keeping the other two constant?
The orientation theta.
Orientation. So this value of theta is going to change with respect to time. That is what this topic is all about. So for you to generate something, for you to generate a flux, what is that you need? First, you need a magnetic field, right? You have a magnetic field present. So in this magnetic field, what is going to be the direction of magnetic field? It is going to be from North Pole to South Pole, right? Are you guys able to understand till this point?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, if I need to generate a continuous AC value, what do I need? I need a coil, right? Coil only has an area. So I can think of a coil which is placed in this particular magnetic field, and what should be done to this coil? Now tell me one thing, what form of energy is getting converted to the other? You would have learned in your 10th standard, right, about a generator. So what form of energy is getting converted to another?
Mechanical to electrical.
Mechanical to electrical.
Mechanical energy is converted to
Electrical.
Electrical.
electrical energy, right? So mechanical energy means what are we supposed to do to this coil? We need to make it rotate. Right. When you rotate it, what will happen is at every instant, the orientation of the coil with respect to the magnetic field will keep changing. I'm using the word at every instant means the orientation itself will be a function of time. Am I right? So Keeping all these points in mind, look at the way the diagram is given in your text. So how is the diagram for it? You have a north pole and a south pole, right? You have north pole and a south pole, and you have a coil. The name of this coil is armature coil, right? And what happens to this coil? This coil is rotated in the clockwise direction. When this coil is rotated, the alternating EMF is taken out from these slip rings. It is not split rings, from the slip rings which are connected to the carbon brushes. The carbon brushes are conducting. Okay, they are connected to these carbon brushes, and the output is taken from here. Are you guys able to understand this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very simple logic. That's it. Okay. So when this is happening, now tell me one thing. Initially, according to the way the coil is placed in this diagram, what is the angle between the aerial vector and the magnetic field?
90
90
degrees.
degrees.
Sorry?
90.
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Very good. So initially, it is at t is equal to 0. I'm sharing my screen up, sir. Wait, I'll split the screens. Initially, it is at 90 degrees. Correct? So theta is equal to 90 degrees. Now, see, just a minute. I'll add my webcam and come back. Just a minute. I need to show this. Yeah. See. So the magnetic, see, the two magnets are like this. Okay, the magnetic field is in this way. The coil is initially placed in this format. Right? I'm seeing from the top angle, the coil is placed like this. So this is the direction of magnetic field. From my left hand, the magnetic field is perpendicular to it. So the coil is like this, the aerial vector is towards me. Right? Now what should be done to this coil? This coil should be made to rotate. Right? So when do I say one complete rotation is done? When the coil, let's say it is turning in this way according to me. So when the coil is able to complete one full rotation, it takes one time period. Is that point clear? So what will happen to the coil is, let us observe it stepwise. So when it is going from here to here, okay, here what is the angle? What is the angle of the aerial vector? Sorry, angle.
90 degrees.
Angle between
The coil goes from here to here. How much rotation has it completed?
90
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
90 degrees is the rotation. If I ask you, no, 90 degrees is the angle. It has covered an angle of 90 degrees. Sorry?
No, sir, nothing.
Sorry. It has covered 90 degrees. I'm not asking about angle. I'm asking how much rotation has it completed? How many?
1/4.
Half a
140.
1/4 of the rotation. Right? So to complete 1/4 of the rotation, how much time will it take?
Before.
1/4 of the time.
1/4.
So in the t/4 seconds or t/4 minutes, whatever it is, it has covered an angle of 90 degrees. So here the flux, initially what was the flux associated with it? So if theta is equal to 90 degrees, if I ask you what is the flux associated at this instant?
0.
It is 0. Right? At t is equal to t/4, theta will be equal to 0 degrees. Right? See how I'm seeing this? When the coil is like this, the aerial vector is towards me. Since it is a two-dimensional state, it is up to you to take the direction of aerial vector. You can either take it towards you or towards me. So when I'm seeing from this side, I'm taking it towards me. Okay? So towards me means 90 degrees. So this is the aerial vector. Observe when it has made a rotation. Now what is the angle between the magnetic field and the aerial vector?
0 degrees.
0 degrees.
Right. Now, has the flux got maximum or minimum?
Maximum.
Maximum.
So we know that flux is going to be maximum. If I ask you the value, what will you say? This will be B into A into cos of 0 degrees.
0 degree.
B into A. This is the thing you are going to tell me, right? Now, T is equal to, now it is here. From here to here, if it has gone, from compared to the initial status, how much angle has it covered?
180.
180.
It has covered an angle of 180 degrees. 180 degrees means, now what is the angle? What is the angle between the aerial vector and the magnetic field in this instant?
90 degrees.
Here, theta value is going to be 90. So, theta value is going to be 90 degrees. How much time has it taken to go from there to there? 0
T by 2.
T by 2. One more T by 4 second added to the existing T by 4. So, this value is how much? BA into cos of 90 degrees. Answer is again 0. So, at T is equal to, now it is here. From here, it has to come to this point. How much time will it take? What will be the time at this instant?
3 T by 4.
3 T
80
by
by 4.
Theta will be
270.
70.
how much?
Again,
Theta will be 180 degrees.
180.
So theta means don't look at the amount of rotation it has done. Theta means the angle between the aerial vector and the magnetic field. I've taken the magnetic field to be this side. When the coil is standing here, the aerial vector is this side. So magnetic field this side, aerial vector this side. So both put together, theta will be equal to 180 degrees. Then what will be the flux associated with it? BA
Minus BA.
minus B.
BA.
minus BA. In terms of magnitude, it is having a maximum value, but in the reverse direction. Right. After this, after it has gone here, when it is coming back to the same point, it will be looking like this. Right? It was like this. When it has turned and come, it will look like this. Now, what is the angle again?
90.
90 degrees.
Is equal to 90 degrees. Again, the flux is 0.
0.
Right? So, are you guys able to understand till this point? Now, if you are able to observe, for every 1/4 seconds, we are exactly able to calculate what is the flux and rate, because I have broken the cycle into 4 parts. But it is not necessary that it will only make 1/4 of the rotation. It can make 1/6 of a rotation also. Who knows? You're able to understand. So you should be in a position to tell me what is the value of the flux at any instant. What did we do here? Here did we take the general case or a particular case? All these are particular cases.
Particular case.
0, T by 4, T by 2, 3 T by 4, and T. These are all specific cases. But if I put a question like, what is the value of the orientation or what is the value of the flux at instant, let me say after some 240 seconds, where the time period is, let's say, it is not a multiple of 240 also. Let us say it is some 70 seconds is the time period. I'm asking you, after 240 seconds, where will the coil be? If I ask to put a question like this, will you be able to answer? You need to do the analytical operation every time. So what we are going to do is, we will try to derive a general expression for this, for the flux, and we will try to derive the EMF. Okay. Now observe constant. Observe clearly. So flux is equal to B into A into cos theta. Clear till the point, right? Now theta is equal to omega into T plus half into alpha T square. You guys know this expression. Wait, I'll cut off my video. So theta is equal to omega into T plus half into alpha T square. Do you know this? It is something similar to S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So this is called as the equation of rotational motion. So in this case, what will happen is when the coil is rotated with a constant velocity. Means what will be the value of alpha?
0.
0.
0. So then theta will be equal to omega into T. If I take this and substitute it here, then phi will be equal to BA into cos of omega T. Are you guys able to understand? So what you have done is, you have written the flux as a function of time, which is equal to BA into cos of omega T. Got it? So flux is equal to BA into cos omega T, or we know that omega is equal to 2 pi f. I've explained this to you. So F stands for frequency, omega stands for angular frequency. Angular frequency is 2 pi f. So frequency can also be written as 2 pi. Frequency can be written as 1 by T. So can I write this as 2 pi by capital T also? Are you guys able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
So phi of T will be equal to BA into cos of, in the place of omega, I'm writing it as 2 pi by capital T into small t. Now let us do whatever table we have prepared. If I ask you what is the value of flux at t is equal to 3t by 4, what did we do here? We did an experiment, or we tried to rotate our hands and observe what is the angle. But if I substitute that 3t by 4 here at t is equal to 3t by 4, if I take this and substitute it here, so the flux at a value of 3 pi by 4 will be equal to dA into cos of 2 pi by capital T into 3 pi divided by 4. Sorry, 3t divided by 4, not 3 pi. So what will get cancelled? T and T is gone. So BA into cos of, you will get it as pi by 2. What is the answer? So like this, if I ask you at any instant, is it easy for you to take and substitute it here?
Yes, sir.
This equation is similar to the simple harmonic motion that you have learned last year. Okay. So this is the expression for flux. But what is the work of an AC generator? Should it generate flux, or the flux should change with respect to time? When the flux is changing with respect to time,
EMF is clear.
EMF is induced. We know the formula. E is equal to
Minus D F
minus
plus
n into d phi by dt. Here I am using d phi by dt because I have instantaneous value in mind. This flux as a function of time means it's an instantaneous value. So what I will do is I will add an term in. So if I add in, what does that mean? Means that coil is having n number of turns. That is the meaning. Okay. So E is equal to minus n into d phi by dt. E is equal to minus n into, what is the value of d phi? So this n I have already taken out. Don't worry. Okay. So d phi by dt will be d into a into, where is the expression? Yeah. Derivative of cos minus sine omega
Minus sine omega t.
into what are we
into omega.
Omega.
into, we need to apply the chain rule omega, right? So minus into minus will give us a plus. This will be NBA omega into sine omega t. What is this? This is the expression for the EMF that is getting.
EMF generator.
So this is the output of an AC generator. What form is it taking? So what function is this? What function is this?
Sine.
Sine.
Function. So
Sine function.
as a function of time is given as NBA omega into sine omega t, where this NBA omega is what is called as E naught sine omega t. This is the expression that we use as the starting expression for next chapter. So E is equal to E naught sine omega t is the general expression for an alternating EMF. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now see, if I try to plot a graph, the graph will be like this. You have to draw the basic sine graph. But what will happen is, for the basic sine graph, this part will be the amplitude. So what is the amplitude here? See, if I write, what is the amplitude here? If I write y is equal to, if I write it as a sine omega t, a represents the amplitude, right? So here in the place it is E naught. But what is the value of E naught? It is
NBA omega.
NBA. So this is going to be the value of the EMF that is getting induced. So this value is plus NBA omega, and this value will be, what? Minus NBA omega, and the maximum and the minimum value keep alternating. So this is called as the positive cycle, and this is called as the negative cycle. I hope you're able to understand to this point, right? So this is the EMF as a function of time. So if you observe, that is the graph data. Okay. Now you see, now you are able to observe the orientations. You're able to observe the orientation of the coil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is how it varies. Now you people tell me, look at the right side. So this time is 0. Initially at t is equal to 0, it had no EMF. At what time is the EMF becoming maximum?
T by 4.
So you can just see, this is 0, this is one time period, this is one time period. So this T by 4, this T is broken into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what will this part be? T by 4. What will this part be?
3t by
3 by 2.
And this would be 3t by 4, and the cycle keeps on going. Now we will try to cross verify the values that we have got. At t by 4, I told it is maximum. We got it maximum. At t by 2, it is 0. We got it 0. At 3t by 4, it is maximum in the reverse direction. Yes, we got it. At t is equal to capital T, it is again 0. When we get that, C. Are you guys able to understand this? So this is called as the positive cycle, positive cycle, and negative cycle. So this is the expression for an alternating EM. So you can make a note of this derivation. So it starts from So let me know once you're done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. We'll do a few problems which are based on this concept.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So listen. So in the topic generators, we'll do some problems. The formula that are linked are NBA cos omega t. That is the flux linked. We saw this already. So the instantaneous induced EMF is E naught sine omega t, where what is the value of E naught? It is NBA omega. Similarly, if I ask you what is the instantaneous current, what you can say is you can replace E with I, you can replace E naught with I naught sine omega. So there is the instantaneous current, and the maximum current that is getting generated is nothing but E naught divided by R. But what is the value of E naught? It is NBA omega divided by R. I hope it is clear, right? So these points we have already discussed. Now, let's do few problems. So first one, a person pedals a stationary bicycle, the pedals of which are attached to a 100-turn coil of area 0.1 meter square. So what is the given information? So what have they given?
Area.
The number of turns is given, capital
Number of turns, area.
area is given as 0.1 meter square. Okay. The coil rotates at half a revolutions per second, and it is placed in uniform magnetic field of 0.01 Tesla perpendicular to the axis of rotation of the coil. So the value of magnetic field given is 0.01 Tesla. And what have they told? The coil rotates at half a revolution per second. So it is able to complete half revolutions in 1 second. So what is its time period?
.5 seconds.
So It is completing only half revolution per second.
2 seconds.
2
2
seconds,
seconds.
sir.
2 seconds.
Time
Shit.
period is 2 seconds. Okay. So if time period is 2 seconds, what will be the value of omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi by t, correct? So omega will be pi radian per second. Is there any doubt till this point? I've taken the t. Now they're asking what is the maximum voltage generated in the coil? So how do you find it? What is the value of maximum voltage? The formula E naught is equal to, you have it, no? E naught is equal to
NBA omega.
NBA omega. Can you guys substitute and tell me what is the answer? Do it in a minute and tell me fast. The answer given on the side is only to verify. Okay, sometimes they're making mistake also.
$3.14.
0.314.
0.314.
We're getting it. 0 points means
Yes, sir.
pi into 10 power minus 1. Is that what you're getting? Because of it, yes.
Yes, sir.
So you should guess. So it's an easy one, right? So try the next one. So you guys are able to read. I'll share this worksheet with you after the class. You can try the problems. So second one is, an AC generator consists of a coil of how many turns?
50.
50.
Just a minute. So an AC generator consists of a coil of 50 turns and area of 2.5 meters. So you can also try. N is equal to 50 and area is 2.5 meters square, rotating at an angular speed of 60 radians per second. So what is given?
Omega.
Omega is given
Omega is
radians per second, right? In a uniform magnetic field of how much value? 0.3 Tesla between two fixed pole pieces. Poles means they are talking about magnetic poles. The resistance of the circuit, including that of the coil, is 500. So resistance is 500 ohm. Now, what is the maximum current drawn from the generator? So, what is the formula for maximum current? I naught is equal to E naught divided by R. But what is the value of E naught? It is
NBA omega.
NBA omega divided by R. You have all the values, just substitute and find it out. Okay. This part I'm leaving it to you. So this is the first part. Second part. What is the flux through the coil when the current is zero? So what is the flux through the coil when the current is zero? What is the flux when the current is maximum? So how to do this? Slightly tricky part. So what are they trying to say by asking what is the flux when current is zero?
Sir, flux is not dependent on current.
Then the answer is 3.7. So they're indirectly asking you, whenever, at whatever instant the current is becoming zero, at that instant, what is the flux you have in your hand? You're able to understand? So there will definitely be one particular instance where the current is zero. So what is the general equation of current? You saw it already. I is equal to I naught.
I know sin omega
This
t.
is an instantaneous current, guys. So if this is equal to zero, then sine omega t is equal to zero. Am I right? So sine omega t is equal to zero means omega t will be equal to what? Tell me the general solution. Sine theta is equal to zero. What is the general solution?
N pi.
N pi.
Right. So let us take at the first instant itself. So omega is 2 pi by capital T into T is equal to n pi. So this and this will get cancelled. So T will be equal to n into capital T divided by 2. Right? So n is equal to 0, T is equal to 0. N is equal to 1, T is equal to capital T by 2. So the first instant at which the flux is going to be 0 is 0. So that's what the graph says, no? This is the place where the current is 0. This is the place where the current is 0 for the second time. So this is the place where the current is 0 for the third time. Right? You're able to understand what I'm trying to say. So when you substitute n is equal to 2, T will be capital T. So you can take any one of such instances and just substitute the value and then solve it. So what is the formula for flux? Flux is equal to
BA cos
dB by dt.
NBA
NBA.
NA cos omega t. Correct? So the number of turns is given in the question. Have they given it? So number of turns
50.
B is given, area is given, and omega is given. So only thing is you put just T is equal to 0 in the question and then solve it, you'll get the answer. Actually, the meaning of the question is what is the initial flux is what they're asking. Because even before the coil is going to get rotated, it is going to have 0 current only. No? It is NBA. So you need to multiply these three. Did you guys understand? So let's try to do it. What is the value of n given? 50 into B is how much?
0.3.
0.3 into 2.5. So 2.5 into 3 is, see, 25 3 is 75. 75 by
0.75.
375. So 375, how many? So I need to push the decimal. Yes. So that's the answer. So answer is 3.75. No? Yeah. 3.75 Weber. Did you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
I think it is 0.03, no? Magnetic flux. Oh, 2.5. Okay, right. It's 3.75 Weber.
Sir, can you scroll up, sir? Yes, sir.
So what is the next part of the question? What is the flux when the current is maximum? When will the current be maximum? The current will be maximum whenever the EMF is maximum, right? So when will the current be maximum? Tell me. Looking at the graph.
T by 4.
T by 4. So have they given you the time period? Time period is not given. So T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Then substitute and do it. So flux is equal to NBA into cos of omega t. So that is n into b into a into cos of omega is 2 pi by capital T into t divided by 4. This one will get cancelled. So NBA into cos pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0. So when the current is maximum, the flux will be 0.
So for the first case, it gives 37.5.
That's what I'm asking. Should come out as 37.5, no? I think the answer is, I'll check the answer, but somewhere around 3.75. According to the data that we have, it should be 37.5. So it is 0. No doubt in the second one, right? This part, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would the generator, the third part is, would the generator work if the coil were stationary and instead of the pole pieces rotated together with the same speed? Will it work? Don't read the answer there. You people think it will.
Yes, sir, it will work, sir, because it is only the theta between the area vector and magnetic field to be changed.
Area should. So what we are going to do is anything should be varying. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Theta has to vary with respect to time. It's up to you. You can change the magnetic field orientation or aerial vector orientation. It is similar to the eddy currents experiment I showed you on the other day. In one of the cases, what was happening? The magnets were kept constant, the metal was sent. In the other experiment I showed you, no, the one where that he'll drop a piece and that he'll try to place his hand and all. In that, what will happen? He will send the magnet and he'll keep the metal piece fixed. It is something similar. So in both the cases, flux will change. Okay. Next. Third one. So third one, how to do? An AC generator consists of a coil of 100 turns, cross-sectional area 3 meters square, rotating at a constant angular speed omega is equal to 60 radian per second in a uniform magnetic field of 0.04 Tesla. The resistance of the coil is 500 ohm. All the data is similar only, right? So 500 ohm. Calculate the maximum current drawn from the generator. So what is the formula for maximum current? I naught is equal to N.
NBA omega by.
Right?
All the data you have in your hand, NBA, omega, R, everything is there. Just substitute and calculate. Next, the maximum power dissipation in the coil. So why will there be a power dissipated in the coil? It is because of its resistance. Right. So maximum power dissipation will be I naught square into R. Got it? So I naught square into R means you will calculate the value of I naught from the previous problem, right? So according to the answer given here, it is 1.44. So 1.44 the whole square into what is the value of R? It is 500. These many, what is the answer? Sorry, 1 minute, guys. I made a mistake. See, the maximum power dissipation for this will be I naught square by 2. Remind me about this question, okay? I'll explain this after I teach AC. So there is a reason why we write this 2 in the denominator. I can explain only after I explain AC. Okay. So whatever answer you get, that should be divided by 2. So whenever you're dealing with alternating currents, the power is given by this formula. Okay. So we'll do one last problem. So a generator develops an EMF of 120 volt and has a terminal potential difference of 115 volt when the armature current is 25 ampere. What is the resistance of the armature? So what is the relation between EMF and terminal potential difference? V is equal to E minus IR.
E minus IR.
Right, you remember this. So V is equal to 115. 115 is equal to 120 minus I is 25 into R is what you need to find. So 5 is equal to 25 R. R will be 5 by 25, 1 by 5, that will be 0.2. This is a very simple problem. Okay. So remaining 3 problems you can try them as homework, and I will upload one more assignment also, which is based on the inductance and inductance. Okay. So whatever formula we have discussed in the previous class, the problems will be based on them. I suggest you to do them on a regular basis. Any doubt, any other doubt from today's class?
No doubt.
So this chapter is done. I will share the notes. So you can start writing it next week. Okay. So next Sunday we will have there be a test in this chapter. So before that, ensure all your doubts are cleared. Right? So if no doubts, we can wind up.
Yes.
Okay.